I'm making a strawberry buttermilk cake today for Easter. Watch how I do it. This is really simple. Starts with cake mix. I'm doing a reverse creaming method, which is mixing the dry ingredients with butter. Just until all the powder, the flour mixture is combined. It should look like little peas. Okay, and then the liquid, and I mix all my liquid ingredients separate. Always do that, and they're all room temperature. And if you forget to take your eggs out, put them in a bowl of warm water for about 5 minutes. It can be pretty hot water too, not boiling, but more than warm. Just hot tap water. Let it sit about 5 minutes, and they'll come up to room temperature. If the buttermilk is ice cold out of the fridge, put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. My buttermilk isn't from the store. It is milk mixed with yogurt. So I took 1 cup of milk and 1/4 of a cup of yogurt or sour cream. Mix them together, you have cultured buttermilk. And then I also, to my liquid, am adding the zest of 1 lemon and a fourth for a single batch of almond extract, 1/2 teaspoon, but almond can be strong, so don't go overboard with it. So 1/2 teaspoon will be plenty for that amount. And now add your liquid. It's that simple. Turn it back on. If I can get it back on. There you go. Continue to, and I'm going to put this in my prepared pan. And I wanted to tell you, when you bake a larger cake, like this is not a sheet cake in a 9 by 13 pan. This is larger. Okay, so I'm baking this in a larger Wilton type pan, professional cake baking pan. Anytime you bake something that has a bigger diameter and length, you lower your temperature. You don't increase it. You lower your temperature and your time. So bake this at 325, and it's probably going to take about 45 to 50 minutes to bake. Okay, I didn't want to forget to tell you that if you do double this recipe and make a bigger cake, lower your temperature. So pour the prepared batter into your pan. It's nice and thick. And then I'm going to top this with strawberry jam and sliced strawberries, and then serve it with a stabilized fresh whipped cream, which is delicious. I'll show you that in just a second. So put this into your oven. Again, this is a larger pan, so this will be baked at a lower temperature. And then take your cake, once you put it in your pan, and tap it pretty hard to get any bubbles out. So the strawberry topping that I'm gonna put on the cake. Remember the strawberry jam we made last week? Here it is, and this is some strawberries, however many you want. If you measure it, this is about 3 cups of sliced strawberries, fresh strawberries. I'm gonna add the one entire pint. That's 16 ounces of strawberry jam on top of this. Okay. Now, if you didn't make strawberry jam like I showed you how to do it, you're going to have to use store-bought. Add some water to it, and you'll probably have to heat it up to get the water to mix in with it well, or add some warm water to the jam. Stir it around before you mix in your strawberries. So this is going to be on top of the cake, and I'm going to put this on the cake while the cake is still warm. I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes, and then I'm going to put this on top of it while it's warm. And then once that completely cools, on top of the strawberries is going to go stabilized whipped cream. The easiest way is to add instant vanilla pudding to it. If you want like a chocolate flavored, you could add some cocoa powder or chocolate pudding. That would work out great too. But this mixing bowl, I chilled it. It's really cold. The cream is super cold. very, very thick. Let me let that glug in there. Okay, and I'm going to put about a cup of powdered sugar. Just dump it all into the same time. It's not going to make a big difference. And 1 box of instant vanilla pudding. Okay. I hope you guys have a happy Easter celebration. Okay. And start out slow. Don't immediately turn this on full whack, because it will, whipped cream doesn't beat well that way. You start out slow and then you increase the speed gradually, okay? So this is what your whipped cream should look like. Slightly yellow from the pudding mix. It's super stable and nicely thick. Now put it in the fridge and leave it until you either put it on your cake, which is a choice, or you can serve it along side of your cake. Okay, and I'll show you the finished product when it's all done. So the cake's out of the oven. I've let it sit here about 10 minutes. It's still warm. Okay, you're going to poke holes in it. You can use a skewer. I'm using a turkey lifter, but just go through, poke holes in it, and that's going to allow this jam and the juice from the strawberries to seep down through it. And where it's warm, it'll seep even better, okay? Make sure you do the edges. Sometimes the edges are forgotten. And after that, you're going to put it in the refrigerator, cool it completely down, and then ice it with your stabilized whipped cream. Okay, let me put the strawberries on it now. Ooh, this is looks so good. Spread it all out. And then let it sit here to cool completely to room temperature. You know, all the heat's out of the cake when you put your hand under the bottom of it. That'll give it time to completely absorb all the liquids, plus not destroy the condenser on your refrigerator. Never put boiling hot or really hot things in a refrigerator. You will damage the condenser coils on your fridge, okay? It's not meant to do that. Okay, so let me see. It's at a temperature that I can pick it up, but still be warm. Cake's cold. I put it in the refrigerator. Actually, I put it in the freezer for about a half an hour to make sure it's completely cold before I put the stabilized whipped cream on top. So you're not going to be able to like smear it everywhere. Just spoon it on, and then you can connect the dots. Okay. Okay, let me see. Just kind of push in and around, in and around, in and around. You might need to add more. But you want to see the strawberries too in between it. So it's really a strawberries and cream effect. Strawberries, but I think that looks good. So you can still see the berries through it. Okay. I'm going to cut it and see what it tastes like. I think it's going to be really, really good. Okay, I'm just going to cut a corner here since it's my cake. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, it looks good. And then put that down. I'm going to serve it with a little bit of strawberry sauce, which is our jam, the jam we made the other day, right on top. A little bit more. Okay, let me give it a try. That is really, really good. The cake is excellent. It doesn't taste at all like a box cake mix. It tastes like something off a bakery. I hope you make this and enjoy.